It's not always overt discrimination, but there's something about that feeling in the pit of your stomach that tells you something else is going on here. So being a gay nerd, on the days I was called a nerd, it was a good day.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Rose.
I'm Schones.
And I'm Preston Rutz.
We're putting together a mini documentary on LGBTQA discrimination.
We're taking a look at our school's social climate towards homosexuality and same-sex marriage.
We'll be talking to a few figures in the LGBTQA rights community, from activists, social leaders, and back to students.
According to the Huffington Post, on March 26th, the Supreme Court evaluated the Defense of Marriage Act. Proposition 8 prevented same-sex married couples from receiving the same benefits as married heterosexual couples.
Article 16 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, written by the UN, states that man and woman have the right to marry and found a family.
They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. So, is banning same-sex marriage a violation of human rights?
We think so.
We are doing a social experiment with our school to find out where our social community lies with LGBT. The first question, is homosexuality wrong? Yes or no? Should gay people be allowed to get married? Yes or no? If your best friend came out of the closet, would you think of him/her differently? Yes or no? Is the New Milford community supportive of homosexuality? Yes or no? In our search to find equality, we teamed up with our school's GSA and went to True Colors, a convention for LGBTQA supporters. There, we spoke to students from all around the state.
So, in your own opinion, has the social climate of schools in America become more positive towards those in the LGBT community?
Like you see in schools and in classrooms and outside of classrooms, and even just walking down the streets, you'll see people like say the word, say like gay, faggot, like it's just part of vocabulary when it shouldn't be.
I would say like the improvement, it's definitely better. Because like you talk to like my parents, like, they're like, wow, like I got punched in school. And, like I've never been punched in school. Now people have. So I would say it's definitely gotten better.
Personally, since the GSAs have been created, I really think that it's kind of gone down because it makes it so the whole school can kind of be taught exactly what equality is. So hopefully that's like helped with a lot of the statistics of like the bullying, because it really educates like the whole school on it instead of just the club.
We even managed to interview Dieter Tejada, an intern for the ACLU.
So really, what has been the ACLU's involvement in the LGBT movement, rights, etc., throughout really America's history?
Well, we've been one of the on the forefront of LGBT rights from the beginning, pretty much. In the 1930s, we actually started our involvement in LGBT rights legislation. We've had a lot of recent success. In 2008, we were co-counsel on the case that went to the Supreme Court of the state of Connecticut that legalized gay marriage. We also were involved in the Supreme Court case that made it legal for LGBT couples to adopt children, and most recently, a pending case in the Supreme Court, the Windsor v. United States case. We're working on that case as well. So we've always been involved in the rights of LGBT couples, and we believe in equality for all people in America.
After speaking with Dieter Tejada, he got us an interview with the state comptroller, Kevin Lember.
You see that states where legislators come out to their colleagues, when that happens, issues around LGBT rights go much easier when they come to a vote, because you're not just voting against or for someone that you don't know. You're now voting for or against your seatmate. When my spouse and I, and my partner, adopted our 2 oldest sons, we hit pretty serious discrimination in the family court in the state of New York in trying to finalize those adoptions. And that was probably the moment where I was both as angry as I've ever been about being the subject of discrimination, and most motivated to try to fix the problem that I faced, and also to try to pave the way for other folks so that they didn't deal with the same situation.
Our mission was to set out to survey our school, interview people at True Colors, as well as interview CT's comptroller. Our school was generally accepting, and according to Article 16 of the Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to marriage. So we leave you with this question. Why isn't same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states? We want you to help take action. Start by emailing Senator Chris Murphy by clicking the link in the description box below. You can also help by starting a conversation and raising awareness about LGBTQA discrimination in your own community. Finally, you can share this video and get the word out.